Alright, so I went to town, got some bolts, got this engine jacked up, and got the frame backed up. So we're gonna get this cross member over here now and get to bolting it in. I'll show you as I go. Alright, so we got our cross member, getting it lined up, and got a couple bolts ready to put in it to get it started. So we'll try to get it up in there. Alright, so we got this thing up in here, and actually need to go get some more hardware. I missed out on some flat washers and lock washers, and I forgot to get my rear shock bolts, so unfortunately I got to go back to the hardware. But we got all the bolts are going to line up just fine and put them in. It won't take but a minute to tighten them up, and then down to the next part. So get that done. Alright, so we're out here today. We've got our new brake drums painted with some high temp paint. And we've painted the back side of the rotors. We got to flip them over and paint the front side. And we're over here. We're getting ready to put the intake gaskets on and bolt the intake on. We'll get that done, and then I don't know, probably pull this thing out and do the oil pump, get that ready, and then put the oil pan on, and pull the torque converter out, put a front seal in it, pull this rear cover off, clean my splines up, and put a rear seal in here, and then stick this all back in. We've got an oil pan coming, and a transmission oil pan coming, and a dipstick coming, so we're waiting on them, but that's no big deal. I mean, that's not going to hold us up any. And we'll probably, I don't know, we might could snake them brake lines in around that header. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But anyhow, we're moving along, trying to get things done. So we got our fill-proof gaskets on there, and we're getting ready to put the intake on. And I got stainless steel bolts for my intake, because I'm just a sucker for pretty. So putting stainless bolts on the intake. Alright, we got all the intake bolts in, got them torqued down. So that part of it's done. And we've got these water ports plugged, but we got to come back and put Teflon on them, but they're ready to go. We got to put our nipples in for the heater hose, the bypass hoses, or the bypasses for the bypass hose, and another heater hose. We'll get them in here later. So that's that. So I went ahead and got all the bolts. I had just put the bolts in the top of the cross member, but I went ahead and put all the bolts in the transmission cross member and tightened them all up, because I put the transmission jack up under the transmission, and then we'll pick the motor up out of here and do the oil pan and all, and we'll do the front seal and the transmission and just set it all back down together, so the transmission crossmember won't have to come back out. We got that all done, and going on to the next thing. All right, so after fighting with rusty fasteners and broken clip nuts and everything, we're getting there. Got the bumper all, got the cow grill all. Like half of the clip nuts on the center fender broke off, so it's going to come off with the fender, and then we'll worry about fighting them off when we can turn it around and look at what we're doing. So plugging along at it, trying to get it done. So it's coming apart, but it's fighting. Like I said, we got the bumper off, so get it out the way. Probably soak these brackets so we can break them loose, and then get them cleaned up and painted. So we're just plug and roll on here. Alright, we got the grill out after a little struggle. She was in there good. So we got that out. So we'll finish trying to get this front end off. The bottom of the core support looks good. It's that inner fender bracket, or the inner fender that was rusted out. I mean, it's damaged a little bit, but I think we can fix it and work with it. But we'll see as we go. So that's what we got. So we got the driver's side fender off, and got a little corrosion down here, but it's just, it don't go all the way through. Really good shape. So we'll get this other fender off and see how hard them core support mounts are to get out of there. Probably ought to soak them. I probably should have soaked them already. So we'll get them soaked. I'm gonna take these couple air conditioning lines loose, and then we'll figure out where we're going from there. So we're getting it slowly but surely. So we got the passenger side inner fender off, and the fender, it come off in one unit. And I've got a little hole right there we probably need to patch. But other than that, and a bunch of leaves stuck everywhere. Not bad. So got these two air conditioning lines and that core support, two core support mounts, and I think that'll be ready to come off, and then we can get the air conditioning off of it, or whatever we got to do, so we can clean it up and paint it. Tried to pull it all off with all the painted stuff. I unhooked the grill from it. Had a couple clip nuts break on the grill, which was fun, but we got it done. And like I showed some of y'all, if y'all been watching, 402 big block, full barrel, factory emission sticker. It's pretty cool stuff. So got to unplug a couple wires here, and undo a ground. And a couple clips in this wiring gutter here. And then this thing will be ready to come out. So we're working on it. Oh, the bottom is out on that piece, but I don't think it will be hard to patch that. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. I got some more of these around, but I don't know if any of them's in any better shape, because like I said, all of them rust out there because of the battery being right there. So we'll just have to see how it works out. So y'all hang tight and I'll show you. Alright, we got everything unhooked from the radiator support except for those two air conditioning lines, and then where it bolts to the frame. So we got them soaking. It's way past lunchtime, so I think I'm gonna go grab me something to eat, and then I'll come back and get this off of here and carry them from there. So we're getting it. So